as I discussed, that indemnity is one of a critical clause which should be included. The basic question that comes to the mind is what is indemnity or why a indemnification should be taken.
This is episode number 2 of MSME Talk with Manu Grover on business agreements. Our today's guest on MSME Talk is Manu Grover, founder of myretailcare.com, which is providing governance, risk, compliance services to retail and e-commerce sector. Manu Grover is also a lawyer and company secretary by profession. He has worked in retail-focused companies like Haldiram, Vishal Mega Mart, Biba, and technology companies like Sapient. His experience in retail and technology sector gave birth to idea of using technology for governance, risk, compliance, and contract life management, specifically focusing on retail sector. In today's episode, we will discuss about business agreements. Why business needs agreements, which are the business agreements typically required when starting the business, and important clauses in those agreements. Why we need right professional to facilitate business agreement and contracts. Are any easy online options available for business agreements? And lot more is discussed on this episode. So do stick till the end. So Manu, first of all, why do we need to have agreements and contracts for everything in business? Is it okay to do some business without formal contracts?
So, if you go by the Indian legislation context, the Indian Contract Act governs understanding how a contract and the implication of the contracts is being governed. Indian law does not say that the contract has to be in writing. Even verbal contract or a contract by action is a contract. So it's not that every understanding has to be in writing to form a legal contract. But the irony or the difficulty which generally people face is to establish obligations of the party in case of a verbal contract. Hence, a written contract is what we recommend because that clearly establish the role and responsibilities of the parties, which ultimately help them in a better governance and management of the business.
Can these agreements be signed online or we need to meet physically only?
Legally, in India, Information Technology Act permits the execution of contract on the online basis. However, the only issue wherein the online execution of contract face is the enforceability or verification of the contract. If the verification and authentication, or rather I would say if the technology is a secured one where one can establish who has signed the contract, where the signing has happened, and which document has been signed, online execution is as good as offline. It doesn't make any difference or it doesn't have any legal implication.
Through this episode, I hope you would have got some answers to your queries and guidance for way forward. Do share your learnings from the episode, your feedbacks and suggestions. If you are an entrepreneur and have questions from experts or any particular topic or profile of expert you want to hear, or if you are an industry expert with MSME as a target audience, do reach out to us. Our link is given in the description. And at last, please do subscribe for MSME Talk podcast and don't forget to share the podcast link with your friends, family and network. Take care. Goodbye.